Did you know that during the morning service every week, there are a group of dedicated volunteers teaching our children how to live out the gospel in their everyday lives? Through the stories of heroes of the faith who have dedicated their lives to reach others with the gospel while living outside of what is familiar to them, the elementary age members of Grace Kids are growing by leaps and bounds in compassion, grace, and trust.
In Children's Church, we've heard the continued stories of men and women and boys and girls just like me and you who all encountered God. Some encountered Him in ordinary, everyday ways. Others encountered Him in major, awe-inspiring ways. Many have gone through hard times, but all have learned to love and trust God.
We learned about a rebellious boy who was a teacher and made a big difference.
We learned about women who sheltered and cared for children who were abandoned and oppressed and taught them about the love of Jesus.
You don't have to be a missionary. You don't have to be called in a certain way. We're all called. We're all called to be followers of Jesus. We're all called to make a difference in this world, even as kids.
We learned about a woman who was paralyzed in a diving accident and went on to start a worldwide ministry for those with disabilities.
We learned about a faithful neighbor who prayed every day for the boys that passed in front of her house.
We learned about an Air Force soldier who loved his enemies.
We learned about a scientist that called God the great creator.
We learned about a boy who was miraculously saved from an enemy tribe and then spread the light of Jesus everywhere he went.
That's my hope for these kids, that as they hear these stories and they remember them, that they too are inspired to live for Jesus, to love Jesus.
For the past 2 months, we've been learning about John Newton. He was kidnapped by the Royal Navy, forced into slavery, and became a slave trader himself. While at sea, he cried out to God in a dangerous storm. He was saved, helped abolish the slave trade, and wrote the famous hymn, Amazing Grace.
Just recently, they shared what they've been learning by leading our church family in singing the gospel in the form of one of the most famous hymns of all, Amazing Grace. With our sweet volunteer leaders, a steady stream of stories of God working through ordinary people and opportunities like this one to practice leadership and confidence, the Grace Children's Church program is a major part of cultivating the goodness of God in the lives of the next generation. You should totally come.